साथ पहले यिन योगा किया हुआ है तो आप लोगों को पता ही है क्या चीज़ है ये। अगर कुछ क्वेश्चन हो तो मैं अभी बता दूँ, नहीं तो लेट्स एवरीवन कम इनटू द सीटेड पोज, हाफ पद्मासन या फुल पद्मासन या सुखासन की स्थिति में। लेट्स मेक द ध्यान मुद्रा, या फिर आप दोनों हाथ ऐसे भी रख सकते हैं महामुद्रा में, ध्यान मुद्रा में, या फिर इजी पोज। अपनी आंखें बंद कर लीजिए। लेट्स जस्ट स्टार्ट टू ऑब्जर्व आवर ब्रेथ। जैसे भी हमारी सांसें चल रही हैं, सिर्फ उस पे ध्यान देना है और कुछ नहीं करना है। Just see yourself breathing in and out. There is no better way to come back into present moment than observing your breath. Continue to focus on your breath. See your body moving with each breath in and each breath out. Start to pay attention to your breath, making an impact on the sensation that you feel in your body. The temperature of the air as it hits your nostrils as you breathe in. And just pay attention how far you can feel the breath moving inside your body. Just nostrils, या फिर back of the throat, or further down as well, before you start to feel your stomach inflating, your chest lifting. Just get absorbed fully into the movement of breath in and out. Bring yourself completely onto the mat. Leave all the worries and the tasks that you have to do for the rest of the day to just 1 hour away. We'll pick back our life after 1 hour. This time, we're giving it to ourselves without any hanging requirements to get up and do something. Connect fully with your breath. Keep your eyes closed and keep observing your breathing in and out. You will notice that when you're not observing your breath has a different pattern than when you are observing it. So whenever we pay attention to our breath, we are actually consciously controlling it. Even though we think that we are letting it flow and we are observing it, there's some level of control. Letting go of that control is the start of the spiritual process. You're distancing from your body. Just be with your breath. When you observe your breath, you're actually observing your body. Suddenly, you distance yourself as an observer. Be the observer. Keep witnessing your breath in and out. Just stay here for another few breaths. Let's take 3 more mindful breaths. When you complete your last third breath, start to open your eyes. We're going to take a lying down pose. This is called butterfly, supine butterfly or laying butterfly pose. So if you have a pillow or a bolster like this, or a couple of pillows stacked, put the pillow behind you and make your feet into the butterfly position. So soles of the feet touching, both the knees will be slightly up on the ground, or if your knees go down, that's also good. But soles of the feet touching together, and start to sit in a way on the pillow that your lower back gets the good arch. So you are stretching your lower back, bringing your upper back onto the pillow or the bolster. Both knees are by the sides and soles of the feet together. If your hip joints are hurting because it's falling too far and you're hurting, you can put some support like the blocks. You can place the blocks slightly under the thighs so that when they fall out, they don't hurt you too much, but allow some time, allow some gap so that they are actually stretching. Not stretching so much that they hurt you, but slightly stretching so that you are stretching as well as not in a hurtful position. And then your lower back is getting a good arch. Once you're settled in the pose, bring your hands, arms by the side, palms facing up, or you can bring both the hands up behind you like this as well. Whichever way you place your arms and hands, your chest is open, your heart is open. Take a deep breath in and let it go completely. Take another big breath in and very slowly let it go. Here we're going to do a pranayama meditation. So basically pranayama, but you are focusing on the breath. And we have done this breath before. We're going to count 4 for inhale and 4 for hold, 6 for exhale and 2 for hold. So 4, 4, 6, 2 breath. Staying in the position like we are in laying butterfly pose. Let's start to breathe in for 4. And then hold for 4. Then exhale for 6, very slow. So just increase the exhale. As you finish up, hold for 2. And then continue the cycle of 4, 4, 6, 2. Keep breathing 4, 4, 6, 2. Exhale is longer than inhale. That means you're relaxing your body with each exhale and you make it longer than the inhale. Every time your mind thinks, how long, how many minutes more, how many breaths more, just stay there with patience. Keep controlling the urge to change your position. Stay there. Continue breathing. Continue staying in the pose. You'll be here for another 30 seconds. Let's take 5 more mindful counting breaths. Once you finish your last one, grab hold of both of your knees or thighs and start to bring the knees together up the center before letting them go. And take a roll to your left or right side to remove the pillow or bolster if you have, and just lie down in Shavasana just for a few breaths and see if the pose has made any impact on any joints or any muscles, and feel any sudden movement of energy or flow of blood. It's like a self reflection pose, just for a few breaths in Shavasana. Observe any sensations in the body. Yin Yoga is all about connecting you to yourself. Let's take 3 more breaths, observing ourselves, observing the breath, and start to get ready for the next pose. Let's bend our knees. And maybe if you can see the screen, let's do that first. I will tell you the next pose with all the 3 props that you may have. So, one is the block. You can slide the block under your sacrum and then lift the feet up, or you can bring the pillows, double or single, whatever you have, and lift the legs up, or you can bring the bolster, whichever is easier. What we're going to do is what we had in the previous pose was a back bend at the lower back. We're going to reverse that and go up this way. So block, pillows or bolster, and make your legs straight, soles of the feet facing the ceiling, or you can bring the toes up. whichever is comfortable. I would keep legs not activated, just the soles of the feet facing the ceiling, so that it's not an activated pose. The only activation required is just keeping the legs straight. While you're here, you can continue with the 4-4-6-2 breath. And if that breathing is a bit difficult in this pose, or you find it distracting, you can just start to increase your exhales. So don't do the counting, but make sure your exhale is longer than the inhale. Intuitively give more time to your exhale. We'll be staying in this pose for another 30 seconds, so not very long pose. Just continue breathing. Continue holding your legs up. Let's take 3 more long breaths with long exhales. As you finish the third one, start to bend your knees and bring your knees close to the chest, keeping the block or pillow or bolster where it is. We're just gonna hold our knees. So if you didn't use the pillow or bolster under your sacrum, do it now, because you're gonna hold this pose for 2-3 minutes. So your bottom is slightly raised up compared to your heart level, and your knees are towards your chest, and you're holding your knees together. It's more like a Pavan Muktasan, but slightly raised up at the bottom. So your lower back is arched or straight, slightly differently to the natural arch of the lower back. Let's stay here for a few breaths. You're welcome to continue with counting breaths or longer exhale breaths, or just mindful breathing. Observe your breath in and out. If your mind is racing, you have so many thoughts coming through, you can use the longer exhale breath to calm down your mind. If you're feeling sleepy or too much lethargy, you you can use the breath to bring you a bit more active. So make your inhales longer. Because during the day, usually we are still feeling active. That's why longer exhale will calm you down. But if it is not true for you today, make your inhales longer to bring a bit more activity in your brain. Yin yoga poses are long held poses to stretch the right parts of the body. But make sure, like any yoga pose, if you're feeling a pain, a sharp pain at any point, at any part of the body, you have to release that pose or change the pose in a way that pain goes away. Stretches are good, pain is a bad indication. Or you start to feel numbness or needles, pins and needle kind of sensation, that means you're pressing a nerve in the wrong place. you need to change the pose again. But if it's just stretch, stay with it. Continue with the breath, mindful breath, counting breath, or longer exhale, or longer inhale breaths. We'll be here for 30 more seconds. Let's take 5 more breaths, mindful breaths. And then start to bring your feet down on the ground. And if you had used a pillow or a bolster or a block under your sacrum, remove it by lifting your sacrum up. And then start to come in Shavasana just for rebound, checking what has just happened with our body. Continue the connection with your body and see what has changed or what is happening right now. Any sensations, any sudden flow of blood or energy to the parts that were held. Stay connected. Continue breathing mindfully. Just check in with yourself. Let's take 3 more breaths. Next, we're gonna do a heart opening pose. So from Shavasana itself, you might have to sit up to place the blocks or pillows just under your upper back. So you could use the pillows, or if you need a higher point, you can use the bolster at the upper back. If you're using a bolster, you might need something to go under your head. So our bottom lower back is on the ground and our heart is up, open. Upper back is supported with a pillow or a bolster. And the back, sorry, the head, back of the head is dropping down behind us. So if you're using a higher pillow like bolster like I am using, you need something to hold your head down. But if you're using pillows, you just keep it on the upper back and your head comes down naturally on the ground, given the height. So your heart is open, both arms are by the side. It's like slightly elevated Shavasana. Let's settle in this pose. We're going to start the practice of meditation. So again, continue paying attention to your breath, but actively let in every experience that you're getting. And start by body sensations. Start to feel the mat touching your body, wherever your body is meeting the ground with the mat. Could be your heels, your calves, your thighs and bottom, middle and upper back, shoulder blades, upper arms, the back of the hands, and your back of the head. As you roll your consciousness to all those points, you're activating the energy in all the places that are touching the ground at the moment. And start to pay attention to your skin wherever it's touching the environment. Maybe you are getting some air fanned at you, or just the temperature of the air you can feel on your skin. All the time when you are moving your consciousness, keep breathing mindfully. That also, in any sounds, if you have in your environment right now where you are, without acknowledging, without identifying yourself with the sounds, without connecting what they are, where they're coming from, just acknowledge that they are there, and they are part of your present moment. Now you're sitting in a pose which is opening your heart up. So let's bring in the sense of universe coming inside of you. You are universe. You can call yourself universe or part of the universe. Either way, it is you who is or has universe in or around you. Repeat with me these phrases. May I be content as I am. May I be content as I am. May I hold my joys and sorrows with equanimity. May I hold my joys and sorrows with equanimity. May I cultivate happiness and its causes. May I cultivate happiness and its causes. And may I be happy and be the reason for others' happiness. May I be happy and be the reason for others' happiness. Let's take 5 more mindful breaths. Then start to roll to your left or right side and remove the pillows or block or bolster that you might have used under your back. And then come down again in Shavasana just for a few breaths as a check in to what happens when you release the pose that you've taken just now. You were in the pose for almost 4 or 5 minutes. How relieving those muscles in your joints that were stretched in that pose makes you feel afterwards. How you're in Shavasana in a relaxed pose. Just pay attention to body movements internally. With Yin Yoga, we are clearing up the blockages in our energy meridians, energy channels, our nadis. The more attuned we are with our bodies, more easily we can see where the blockages are. And these blockages are usually the causes of illness or disease or pain in various parts of the body. Let's take 3 more breaths mindfully. And then we're going to go into laying twist pose. So start to bend your knees and bring both the feet flat on the ground. Here we're going to lift our sacrum up and shift it to the right side slightly so that your left side of the bottom or side is in the center. So when you start to roll to the left side, you're not moving away from the mat. You're giving your spine a good twist and you're twisting to left side. Both the knees will be on the ground or one knee slightly maybe over. You can put your hand on the knee to bring it down. And make this pose as effortless as possible. Once you've done the twist with your lower spine, make sure your upper spine, both the shoulders are on the ground, and the right hand can be anywhere lower down, parallel to your shoulders, or slightly up. Wherever you think it's comfortably can be, put it there. And then decide what you're going to do with your head. Looking to your left side makes it easy, or looking to your right side. You could be in the center as well. So we'll be here for another 3 to 4 minutes. So if you don't have any stretching issue with your neck or any pain, you can look to your right. Once you settle in the pose, you start to or continue with your meditation of experiencing your body, breath, and your environment around you, sounds and feelings, interaction of your body with the environment around you. Keep breathing mindfully. you start to go into your thoughts, actively come back to your breath. Come back to your breath, come back to your body, and come back to the environment around you. Keep staying in the pose with patience and meditative awareness of the body, breath, and environment around you. Stay aware, do not go with the thoughts. Let's take 3 more mindful breaths. And then start to bring your knees to the center. If you need to use your hand, left hand, to bring the knees back to the thighs, back to the center, do that. Once you bring the knees back, push with your feet and bring your back in the center. And then make your legs straight. We're not going to the other side just yet. Make your legs straight. Again, just check in with your body. Some of you might have an easy twist. Some of you might had a strong twist. Whenever you were, just check in how your body is feeling with those parts that were stretched and stressed now being free. What sensations are happening in your body? Take the moment to connect and stay connected with your breath and body. Let's take 3 more breaths mindfully with patience. Now start to bend your knees, bring feet flat on the ground. Once your knees are up, your feet are on the ground. Start to lift your bottom up and shift it to the left side so that your right side is in the center. And then bring both the knees to right side. Use your right hand to keep the left knee on the ground on the right side. And the other hand goes shoulder height, down or up, wherever it's comfortable. And then choose the position for your head, center, left side, on the same side as your feet are, your knees are. Once you settle in the pose, continue with the meditation. This time, let's change gear and stay within the body, within the breath. Let's not pay attention to anything else that is happening around us, just within the body, within the breath. And if you feel that you are going or drifting into thoughts, just say not now. I'll get back to those thoughts after I finish this session. Stay with your breath and body. Do not engage in thoughts. Not now is your mantra. Actively reject any thoughts. Keep feeling the twist. We'll stay here for one more minute with patience. Not now for any thoughts. Stay with your breath. Keep meditating. Let's take 3 more mindful breaths. And use your hand to bring your knees back to the center. And then shift your waist back to the center and then make your legs straight. Coming into Shavasana. Just again, observe any body sensations, especially to the parts that were stretched or stressed in the last pose. Just spend 30 more seconds connecting with our body, looking for any changes, any sensations, any residue stress, or anything else that you can feel, observe. Now let's start to roll over and coming onto our belly first. So you in Shavasana, just roll over and then start to push yourself up, coming into all fours. What we're going to do now is called a pigeon pose or Kapotanasana. So keeping your left leg where it is, just bring the right knee front and the left foot goes to the right side. So I'm using my leg to come forward and go across the body. So either leg, I'm using my right leg, as I said, left knee. So bring the leg front and then bring the the foot to the other side. And you may use the pillow to keep in front or the bolster, whichever is comfortable, and start to drop down like this. So you basically, your leg is across, horizontal, and then your chest is on the pillow or on the bolster. And then make yourself comfortable by stretching your leg, the back leg, even far, and just dropping your head down on the pillow. So if your position is slightly up like this, bolster with more pillows so that you are comfortable. Or you can bring both the hands up here if that's more comfortable. If you can't go down for any reason, keep it up. Let's just stay here, close your eyes, and continue with the meditation of not now. Wherever you find yourself as the right position, stay there for next 3 minutes. Mindfully, consciously being aware of where you are, what's happening in your body, and continuing with your breath observation and rejecting your thoughts actively, consciously. Let's stay here for 1 more minute. Keep actively rejecting any thoughts. Let's start to lift ourselves up, pushing with both the hands first, and then bringing the back knee to the starting position. Let's remove the block or pillows that you might have. Take the legs back, and we're going to come down on our belly, flat. Bring both the hands in front, stacked on top of each other. And we're going to bring our forehead down onto the hands, coming to crocodile pose, almost like reverse of Shavasana. And continue this as a rebound pose of checking in with your body, what happened in the last pose, which muscles got stretched, and which ligaments and tendons were under stress, and what's happening in those areas right now, what sensations you can feel. We'll spend 3 more breaths here in crocodile pose. And then start to lift yourself back up again into the all fours position. This time we can bring the other leg. So whichever leg you did previously, let's bring the other knee to front first and then bring the foot across. If you're using the pillow, bring it back to the same position. Start to lean down or come on the elbows. Back leg goes a little bit far, so you can go deeper into the pose in the front as well as the back. Once you're settled in the pose, you may close your eyes and continue to meditate with the not now meditation, actively rejecting any thoughts and staying with your breath. Stay here for 1 more minute. Let's continue with the not now meditation, actively pushing any thoughts away. Let's start to lift ourselves up, remove the pillow, and then bring your knee back to the starting position. From here, we're going to go into Shavasana. So just start to sit down first and come onto your back. Lie down completely flat on your back, both arms by the sides, palms facing up, legs are straight and feet are dropping outside. Your neck is relaxed, your face, your jaws, and eyebrows are relaxed. No tension in any part of the body. Let's start to connect again with your body. Contain the tendency of going into sleep or relaxing too much. Stay with your breath, observe your body, stay aware, keep meditating on not now. Slowly, and start to come back into awareness of our bodies. Start to move your toes and fingers, or roll your arms and legs in place. Or give yourself a stretch overhead by clasping your fingers and stretching up. Let's roll to the right side just for a couple of breaths. And then use the support of both of your hands. Start to sit up. Let's bring our palms together. We'll just say one Om. Let's take a breath in and fully exhale. And say Om with the next breath in. Om. Just gently bow our head on our fingers, rubbing the fingers on the forehead for clarity of thoughts, bringing down the finger on our lips for kindness of words, back to the heart center for compassion for all. Thank you for joining me for your practice today. Namaste.